Good day, and thank you very much for inviting me to speak to you today. My name is Unati Kamlana, and I am the Commissioner of the Financial Sector Conduct Authority. What I thought I'd talk to you about today is firstly just the work of the Fsca, our mandate, and licensing requirements on small, micro, and medium enterprises that are in the financial sector and are regulated by us. What you should expect from us as a regulator, what happens when you do fall foul of financial sector laws that we administer, and what kind of enforcement actions as the Fsca that we can take in the case that you do fall foul of our financial sector laws. In terms of the work of the Fsca is the successor institution to the Financial Services Board. We were established on the 1st April 2018, part of the Twin Peaks regulatory architecture reform in South Africa. The other twin is the Prudential Authority, which operates within the South African Reserve Bank. And we have a mandate of ensuring that financial customers are treated fairly by regulated and licensed financial institutions. We also have a responsibility with regards to ensuring the efficiency and integrity of financial markets. And quite importantly, we also are charged with the responsibility of providing financial education and generally encouraging and promoting financial literacy in the South African economy. So that's really the mandate and responsibilities of the Fsca. In terms of the potential number of SMMEs that we interact with, regulate and supervise, about 1% of all the services SMMEs in South Africa, according to the Fsca 2020 survey. So that's about 13,000 SMMEs. Of course, there are other SMMEs in addition to that category who fall into the broader service activities in the economy, who also have interactions or a license or authorization with the Fsca. To talk through a little bit about some of the financial sector laws that we administer that would be applicable to SMMEs. If you are a micro insurer, for example, you would be regulated by both the Prudential Authority and the Fsca. The Prudential Authority is responsible for the Insurance Act, so the prudential requirements on a micro insurer. And on the conduct side, we would be responsible for the remaining elements of the Long-Term Insurance Act or the Short-Term Insurance Act, depending on the type of micro insurer that you would be. If you are a cooperative bank or cooperative financial institution or CFI, you would also be regulated by both the Prudential Authority and the Fsca, and we would be looking after the conduct standards for banks that would be applicable to your business, and of course some of the other elements that are in the Financial Sector Regulation Act, which pertain to conduct and your interaction with customers. If you are a category 1A or 4 FSP, Financial Services Provider, you'll be regulated by the Fsca and need authorization under the FIS Act, the Financial Advisory and Intermediary Services Act of 2002. And if you are a friendly society, you'll be regulated by the Fsca as well, on the basis of the Friendly Societies Act of 1956. If you are a mutual bank, you would be regulated by both the Prudential Authority and the Fsca. The PA will be looking after prudential soundness issues in terms of the Mutual Banks Act, and we'll be looking after conduct issues and how you treat your customers on the basis of the conduct standard that we've recently issued in 2020, and it's now fully in implementation. And if you're a pension fund administrator or a benefit administrator, depending on the size of your business, you will be regulated by the Fsca and require authorization and license from us in terms of the Pension Funds Act. Quite importantly is to point out that SMEs are also encouraged to interact with some of the laws that we are busy formulating, so that you can shape those. You usually find those on our website if you want to comment or interact with us on the basis of new standards, regulations, and so on which apply. In terms of talking to the licensing requirements and how you get registration with the Fsca, licensing is quite an important part of the business of the regulator, no different in the Fsca. Firstly, you need to just refer to the Financial Sector Regulation Act. Section 2 and 3 of the Financial Sector Regulation Act outlines financial products and financial services. And then you will get a sense of whether what you are intending to do in your business should be licensed for. Once you've done that, you can also read again the board notice 194, and there also you'll find requirements that pertain to authorization and licensing. And once you have established which category of enterprise you want to undertake, then also understand the fit and proper requirements that will be applicable to you, you can then commence with the registration process. And in terms of the next steps, you can contact the FSCA contact center on 0800 20 3722, or you can register online and you can find these details on our website, and you'll also need to be paying the applicable license or authorization fee. For further inquiries on this, you can also access us by emailing inquiries at fsca.co.za. We do have a turnaround time that we adhere to and target, which is up to 90 days. And of course, that assumes that all the information that is required has been received from the prospective applicant. In terms of how you keep your license, just to talk through some of the responsibilities which are quite important to be mindful of as an FSP. The first is about operational capacity. So the day-to-day running of your business, you have to be a fit and proper person, which talks to qualifications and integrity. You'll be dealing with other people's funds, so this is quite important to get right. When you engage with your clients, you need to do so on the basis of TCF principles, treating your customers fairly. Quite important to talk to the need for you to continuously engage in training and capacity development, so professional development as an FSP, to provide the FSCA with the reports that are required from you and compliance on an ongoing basis and on a very proactive basis with the licensing requirements that are applicable to your business. There are also levies that are payable annually to make sure that you are up to date in terms of those, and also the necessary disclosures that are required of a licensed FSP or licensed financial institution, and to make sure that you comply with those as well. To talk about the important matter that I want to address today, which is the common mistakes you can avoid so that you don't fall foul of financial sector laws. The first, do not sell products or provide advice or services that you're not licensed to. That is an offense and a breach in terms of financial sector laws. You need to determine whether what you are doing requires to be licensed or authorized. Get a license before you can start the business, so that you don't find yourself on the wrong side of the law. And once you're licensed, I adhere strictly to your license conditions for the business for which you are licensed. So even if you have a license, there might be things around your business that you're not licensed for. So focus on the things that you are licensed for and adhere to the conditions which will be clearly outlined and spelled out in your license. Thirdly, maintain and apply adequate policies, risk management, and other important mechanisms to have in your business to ensure that you keep yourself in full compliance with financial sector laws and all the ongoing requirements and responsibilities of an FSP. And you rather, if you're not sure, to reach out to the FSCA and ask and have the engagement so that you avoid the common pitfalls that make people to be in breach of their license. There are consequences for non-compliance. If you are in breach of your license conditions, you might find yourself that the license needs to be withdrawn. You might face a fine of up to $1 million or imprisonment, or both. Imprisonment of up to 10 years if you are sentenced. The FSCA has to communicate those breaches and the enforcement actions that the FSCA is taking to the public. So if we do withdraw your license, the public will have to know. So that's why you have to take the responsibility of not falling foul of the law and complying with the license requirements quite seriously, because there is a hefty price to pay. And what we also do as the FSCA is to provide and to host capacity building workshops to help SMMEs, workshops and webinars, road shows, FIS training. We do this on an ongoing basis You can go into our website to get all these details in the www.fsca.co.za. We think that the responsibility is quite important for small business owners to know what they need to be complying with. And on our side, we quite appreciate the role that small businesses play as economic drivers in our economy, and as such we want to be as supportive as we can. In terms of other things that we do to assist SMMEs, in addition to the webinars and so on, we also provide financial literacy workshops for financial education. We also treat topics such as starting a business, finance and business management in general, and you can get all this information on our website or www.fscamymoney.co.za, or you can call us at 0800 20 FSCA or 3722. When should you contact the regulator? If you want to get a license on the number that I've already communicated, if you want to be a micro-insurer, a co-op bank, category 1A or 4 FSP, Friendly Society, Mutual Bank, you can call us on 0800 20 3722 or email us. If you also want to inquire about whether a business that you are interacting with is registered, you can also use our website or find our contact details on the website. Also, if you want to complain against the FSCA or against an authorized or an unauthorized financial institution that you are interacting with, you can also use those contact details to check. It's quite important. When we're not sure, reach out. And so that will be the end of my presentation today. I hope it was quite useful. To just re-emphasize, if you want to email us, you can email us for more information at info@fsca.co.za or call us at 012 428 8000 for any general inquiries, or you can use our share call 0800 20 3722. It was very good to talk to you. Thank you.